Hello, Witchlings. Namaste. Oh, shit. Yep. Derp. Hello. Thank you for joining Michelle. Or Nicole. Michelle. Derp. I know who I'm talking to. Really, I do. But for some reason, my brain decided you were my sister-in-law today. All right, there we go. I'm better now. How are we all doing out there? How's Puppy? Puppy is where he belongs. All right. I think I'm good now. Yay. All right, so while we wait for everybody to get settled in, let's do our digital housekeeping and say, please be mindful of the energy you bring into my space, and you will be respectful in my chat. If you are not, Arnold and the mods will be finding you with the ban Hama.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Got that. Fix this. Yes, I am, but I need to fix the hair to be able to even do it in the first place. Haha, there we go. I have a lot of hair. All right. Now that that's all done with for the moment. Hey, Pinewood, how are you doing today? Hi, John, I see you. All right. Take a quick sip. Are you fasting, Andrea? I know Hazel was. All right. Okay. Missing something. Oh, cool. I will take a look at that ASAP, John. Got that. Clunk. Donk. I swear, this is one of the best. Yep. I swear this is one of the best liquid lipsticks I have ever had. It doesn't wear off that easily, and it dries down pretty quickly. Hey, Zentangle. Gabapentin. Oof. We don't love gabapentin in this house. Gabapentin did some bad things. The side effects are interesting. But it is an amazing drug for those it works for. Thank you, Zentangle. They came from Zenny. It can be. All right. She was. Wait, wrong freaking clicker. Thought you were on metformin and adjusting, but gabapentin is for nerve pain. Interesting. Ha ha ha. Yup, that's how it goes, John. All right, my lovelies, here we go. Whew. First, snow wisdom meets quiet release. Forgiveness brings clarity. Reflection restores power. And confidence returns earned, not forced. Guided by Shirada, Saxon, and gentle self-compassion, this episode invites presence, peace, and leading from truth. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Namaste, my witchlings. It's Tuesday. Welcome, 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 one and all, to Daily Divinations and Self-Care, where magic meets mindfulness, and we take just a moment to honor the day, listen to the cards, and tend to ourselves along the way. Whether you're... Starting over. I am so sorry, y'all. My brain just... blue screen of death to me. All right, y'all. Namaste, my witchlings. Welcome, 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 one and all, to Daily Divinations and Self-Care. This is where magic meets mindfulness, and we take just a quick moment to honor the day, listen to the cards, and tend to ourselves along the way. Now, whether you're returning or joining us here for the very first time, I am so glad you are here. Hey, hi, hello, and welcome. I am Di, your yoga witch and guide, and this is your daily pause for reflection, insight, and some care. So go grab your favorite crystal. I am going to play with a desert rose today. Light your candle or some incense for that aromatherapy. Settle in with your coffee, tea, or whatever brew fills your mug, and let's step into today's wisdom and self-care together. Now, if this space resonates with you, please do not forget to do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing, because it helps our witchling community grow. And speaking of growing our little community here, you can now join this channel as a witchling member. Yay! Your membership helps me keep creating all of this magic here, and it lets us stay connected in deeper, far more meaningful ways. So if you feel called to support our channel and you can afford it, and maybe you want to step just a little bit closer into this coven, go ahead and tap that join button and come on in. We do not have any birthdays today, sad face. Oh, that sounds interesting, Hazel. Go sleep, Chloe. Okay, that makes me feel better. I have done both, Andrea, so I'm like, okay. Oh, God. That's cool, Nicole. Kitty butt. Awesome. 40 of 50 out of your reading assessments. That's awesome, Bean. I'm so happy for you. Yes, a very merry unbirthday. That is what we're doing here today. I feel groggy today. Hoopa. And hello to you, Bean. We will celebrate good grades in here. Girl, don't feel bad. I do it too. I call it the Bellingham Bellevue thing. I get two things confused all the damn time. Especially my meds. Thankfully, I don't take as many today as I used to. I'm very grateful for that. Okay. That works, John. All right. Here we go, y'all. As I light today's flame, may it shine as a beacon of hope and love for those finding their way through the dark. We hold our light in remembrance and solidarity with survivors and victims of all types of violence, for our witchlings and their loved ones who are facing difficult moments, and we are keeping all of them within our circle. And now, with the lighting of our candle, our circle is now closed, and we invite the ancestors to join us on today's journey. All right. Oh, cold fingers. So, how is everybody doing today? I am surviving. Go get some sleep, Bean. Honey, it's okay. I understand. You got school. School is more important. All right. And it's late at night for you, so go sleep. Be ready for school in the morning. Is important. All right, y'all. What the fluff? Okay. That's good. I like the fact that they thought that what we're doing so far is esoterical bullshit. We haven't even gotten to the esoterical bullshit part yet. I'm impressed. All right, y'all. You're good, Andrea. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah. Yup. Please do not come into my chat and solicit shit. We don't play that here. Thank you, Daniel. Pink is not my favorite color. It just kind of became the Yoga with Dailin color. And we're good. All right, y'all. Ooh, it is. All right, you guys, let's take a look at what holidays and observances are popping up for us today. Gracias, Marco. ¿Cómo está usted? Thank you, Andrea. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what holidays and observances are popping up today. Oh, we got some fun ones. We start with National Hemp Day. Hemp is one of humanity's quiet overachievers. Starting over. Today is National Hemp Day. Hemp is one of humanity's quiet overachievers. It is fiber, food, medicine, fuel. This plant has been doing sustainable multitasking since before we invented the word sustainability. Today is a reminder that resilience often looks humble, deep roots, fast growth, and the ability to restore what's been depleted. There's wisdom in choosing materials and practices that heal the soil instead of exhausting it. Next, it is World Read Aloud Day. Reading aloud is ancient tech. Before books were private, stories were communal, passed breath to breath. Reading out loud slows us down, invites connection, and reminds us that language lives in the body, not just on the page. Whether it's a child, a partner, a pet who doesn't understand a word but loves the cadence and your voice, this is about shared presence. And then we are on a day that we are honoring my military service with, sort of. It is USO Day. Today honors the work of the United Service Organization, which has been showing up for service members and their families since World War II. Coffee, conversation, a familiar song. These are not small things when you are far from home. Care offered consistently becomes infrastructure. It keeps people human in systems that tend to forget. And that, my witchlings, is our holidays for today. How are you going to weave them into your magic today? Let me know in the comments, because I really love hearing how you guys do this. Drink. Strawberry Dragons. That is a kick-ass name, my friend. Interesting. Hey, Lee, how are you doing today? Whew. I am swimming through molasses today, brain-wise. Okay. Whoops. It's all good. All right, moving on. That's where we are next. There we go. Now the cousins aren't quite so furry. All right, y'all. Let's move on. It is time to honor our goddess of the day. She is a divine presence to inspire, guide, and walk with us on our journey. Today's goddess, Shirata, moves through the world as the spirit of first snow, quiet, luminous, and fleeting. In Japanese tradition, she glistens with a beauty that exists precisely because it does not last, surrendering herself freely to spring's warmth and melting away. Through her, we are reminded that even at the very beginning of the year, the wheel of time is already turning. Nothing is meant to be clutched forever. Joy lives in presence, not preservation. Today's practices center on happiness, protection, and gentle banishing. Cut a snowflake shape from a folded piece of paper, quartered, and carry it with you as a charm. As you do, visualize it filling with brilliant white light, the kind that flashes when sunlight strikes for fresh snow. In Japan, Bean Throwing Day, which is today, marks this same energy. Loud, playful, and cleansing, driving away influences that dull joy and block good fortune. To root Shirata's blessings into the body and the land, work with beans or seeds today. Prepare white beans and eat them mindfully as part of a meal, letting happiness become something you literally take in. If you practice ritual, scatter beans counterclockwise to banish what no longer serves, or plant seeds in the soil so that what replaces negativity is not emptiness, but living and growing abundance. And that, my witchlings, is our goddess for today. Ah, Steve doesn't like what we're talking about. Whatever will I do? You really think I'm dumb enough to say something like that out loud without saying it in my head first? I was born at night. It was not last night. No shit. And that's a Gen X gag, hands down. There is a reason Bart Simpson does what he does when he calls Moe's Bar. Thank you, BBR. You are awesome. Nope. Not doing that one. All right. Ooh. Moving mousey. I try to let him know that I'm moving the mouse because if I do things with my mouse, it tends to freeze him out of my computer for a bit. So. All right. Ooh. Ow. Let's all go to the lobby. What the hell? Where did that come from? Fluff if I know. All right, y'all. It's time to start the actual divination portion of this shit. All right. I want to say I'm sorry, John, but this is how you learn. And as much as you complain about it, I know you are loving every single minute of this. All right, my friends, my loves, my witchlings. It is time to see what the oracles have to share today. All right. All right, my friends. Let's see what the oracles have to share with us today. Take a listen. Let me know what y'all think. Oh, my arm isn't happy. All right. Let me know what y'all think of the oracles today. We start with learning to forgive. Followed by the feelings are mutual. And last but not least, some people never change. All right. So that is what our cards say so far. Now let's put them all together and see what they're telling us. Whew. You are learning to forgive, not by excusing what happened, but by loosening the grip it has held on your heart. There is relief in realizing that the feelings are mutual, that the confusion, distance, or disconnect you sensed was real, not imagined. This shared awareness brings clarity, even if it doesn't bring reunion. The wisdom of some people never change settles in now, not as bitterness, but as discernment. You are seeing clearly that this person is not who you truly want or need, and more importantly, not who they are capable of becoming for you. That knowing creates space. Forgiveness here is not reconciliation, it is simply release. You are choosing honesty over hope built on illusion, and that choice steadies as you turn toward what can actually meet you in truth, presence, and care. Those, my friends, are today's oracles. What do y'all think? Let me know. Moving on. Moving on to see what the unicorns are screaming today. And they are screaming, as usual. A quiet victory clears the air, releasing old conflicts and mental noise. Reflection becomes the doorway to growth as you turn inward, learn, and refine your path. From that stillness, confidence rises, focused, creative, and ready to lead with purpose. Let's see how we get there. We start with the Five of Swords reversed. Victory over personal problems, slander, or jealousy. Following that is our friend the Hermit. When the spiritually unfettered unicorn comes to the inquirer with the Hermit card, it is an indication of time for reflection. This may come as a period of study and learning in order to better oneself, improving one's quality of life. Meditate, enroll in a course, or seek advice and direction from a learned source. And our final tarot card today is the King of Rods. The King of Rods is a clever, self-made person who is talkative and determined. All right. So those are our cards. Let's put them all together and see what they say. Making sure. There we go. The Five of Swords reversed marks a turning point where inner conflicts, lingering resentments, or the sting of jealousy and miscommunication begin to lose their power over you. This is a quiet victory, not loud triumph, but the kind that comes from choosing peace over proving a point. From there, the Hermit calls you inward. This is a season of reflection, study, and intentional withdrawal, my friends, not as avoidance, but as restoration. You are invited to meditate, learn something new, or seek the guidance of a trusted mentor who can help you refine both your perspective and your path forward. This inner work prepares the way for the King of Rods, a figure of confidence, creativity, and self-made authority. Here, insight turns into action. You emerge clearer, more expressive, and deeply, deeply determined, ready to lead your life with vision, passion, and earned wisdom. That, my friends, is our tarot reading for today. What do you guys think? Let me know. Cards go there. All right. And now, my darlings, let's bring the Oracle and Tarot together into one clear message, my witchlings. A single solitary stream of guidance flowing through each and every card. Drop me a comment. Drop me a comment and share what resonates. All right. Our story today begins with learning to forgive, a slow, honest process of release rather than reconciliation. You come to understand that the feelings are mutual, confirming that the distance, tension, or emotional imbalance you sensed is real. excuse me, that clarity deepens with some people never change, not as resignation, but as wisdom. You recognize that this person is not what you truly want or need and never will be, freeing you from waiting for a version of them that does not and will not exist. With that realization, the Five of Swords reverse signals an inner victory. Old conflicts, jealousy, or that need to defend yourself begin to dissolve as you choose peace over struggle. The Hermit then draws you inward, encouraging reflection, learning, and guidance. Through study, meditation, or mentorship, you refine your understanding of yourself and your direction. This inner work culminates in the King of Rods, where confidence returns, not impulsive, but earned. You step forward, self-made, clear-voiced, and determined, ready to lead your life with vision rooted in hard-won truth. That, my friends, is our combined reading for today. Again, let me know what you guys think. And now, my favorite part. Here's today's affirmation, my witchlings. I forgive with clarity and release without regret. I honor truth even when it asks me to let go. I trust my inner wisdom to guide me through reflection into confident action. I lead my life with purpose, integrity, and self-earned strength. That, my lovelies, is our affirmation today. Uh-oh. Oops. Hey, Hazel, I see you. Okay, Skylar, I apologize for that message being hidden. It was probably a misclick. Is it true that Jesus is coming again? Because if that is true, does that mean the end is coming? Yeah. I don't know. Haven't been Christian in a while. All right. Yep. Yes. All right. I am learning to forgive, not for her sake, but for mine, not only mine. I like that. Throw beans at the Oni today. Yes. All right. Thank you, Frosty. I know. No, it's not. All right. No. No, it's not. Not entirely. Trust me. All right, y'all. I should not. It's okay. It's okay, Andrea. We know. Why do tattoos get a bad reputation? I don't understand why tattoos are bad when you get them. Okay. This one's will remind me, and we will come back to that one during Chillin' with the Witchlings. Shanoa, only part-time. Moving on. Hey, Witchlings! Hey. Hey, Witchlings! It is time to step into DieTheYogaWitch.shop, where magic meets movement and everyday rituals get a little bit of an upgrade. Browse my handmade, intention-infused jewelry, and then snuggle up with Die the Yoga Witch mugs, yoga mats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, cat hoodies, dog hoodies, cat collars, and so much more. Treat yourself, bless a friend, maybe even your familiar, and bring just a little bit of witchy sparkle into your daily life. Once again, that is DieTheYogaWitch.shop. All right, you guys, if you're enjoying this podcast and you would like to step just a little bit deeper into this coven, go ahead and consider clicking on that join button and becoming a member of our channel. There are some amazing perks for all of my witchlings, with levels starting at just a single $1 a month. How affordable is that shit? And a reminder that you can also help our channel here out for free by subscribing, sharing this video with a friend, clicking the bell, all of that happy horse manure. I really, really, really appreciate all of your support. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so very much for tuning in. All right, y'all, back to the show. Rawr. I love you and dinosaur. Okay. You're good, Shanoa. Is it? I'm straight. Is that bad? No, it is not bad that you are straight. We are a queer-friendly place. That does not mean that if you are straight, you are not welcome here. You are good, Skylar. Andrea just hasn't been around to hang out with you yet, so it's all good. She catches on pretty quick. She's a quick study. All right, everybody. It's okay. That's some delay. Wow. You okay out there? He just sneezed in my ear and it sounded painful. Nothing says you're getting old like throwing your back out when you sneeze. I laugh, but I'm the one who pinched a nerve in my neck so bad I lost feeling in my thumb for 2 years just rolling over in bed. So, we're good. Oh my goodness gracious griefus. It's definitely a day here. All right. It is that time. Oh, look at that. It is Sanskrit time. Yay! Time for the Sanskrit bit. Okay. I know. All right, here we go. Our Sanskrit word of the week is Saxon, and Saxon continues to guide us this day. Today, practice noticing small things, the rise and fall of your breath, subtle tensions in your body, fleeting thoughts. Observation is power. By simply witnessing, you create clarity before taking action. In meditation, yoga, journaling, or even your day-to-day tasks, pause and watch. The witness sees what often goes unnoticed. How can Saxon shape your day? That is our Sanskrit for today. Next, we have Namaste. I love these cards. All right, so today's Namaste is no goal. Sometimes our goals can help us. Whoops. That's what I'm seeing. All right. Fuck it. No goal. Sometimes our goals can keep us from being in the moment. Goals can overshadow the experience we are having while we pursue our wants. Sometimes to be successful, we just have to focus on what needs to be done rather than focusing on the end game. When we focus on the process, we give more effort to what we are doing. This can be the leverage you need to reach your goal. Damn it. It's the climb card again. This card reminds me of Miley Cyrus's The Climb. And that, my friends, is Namaste. Next, we run to self-compassion. Self-compassion is asking us about making peace. Ask yourself, is there any part of you that resists self-compassion? If so, ask that part, how are you trying to keep me safe? Can you attend to those needs rather than attacking? Self-compassion, my witchlings. Okay. And now, one last thing. Moment of Zen. Oh, that's right. Not the last thing. So, it is time now for our little moment of Zen from the Little Book of Zen. Yay! I'm so weird. We have a quote from Takashi Ikamoto and Peter Matthiessen. So, Takashi Takashi Ekamoto says, there is nothing mystifying about Zen. Zen is clarity itself. And then Peter Matheson, soon the child's clear eye is clouded over by ideas and opinions, preconceptions, and abstractions. Simple free being becomes encrusted with the burdensome armor of the ego. Not until years later does an instinct come that a vital sense of mystery has been withdrawn. The sun glints through the pines, and the heart is pierced in a moment of beauty and strange pain, like a memory of paradise. After that day, we become seekers. Whew, that one's deep. And that, my friends, is our little moment of Zen from the Little Book of Zen. Hey, James, how you doing today? No rapture. No rapture coming for us. There's a furry overlord, but no rapture. Oh, hello. Ba-ba-ba. There we goes. All right, one more thing. I think so. One more thing, my lovely witchlings. We have our blessing. Here is today's blessing. May peace settle where conflict once lingered. May clarity replace confusion and wisdom soften the weight of release. May your solitude be restorative, your learning illuminating, and your voice steady and true. Step forward guided, protected, and confident, rooted in truth, moving in purpose, and blessed in all that you become. Blessed be my witchlings, and namaste. That is our blessing. All right, my witchlings. It is... Can't pick it up without making it chime. It is time, my friends, to wrap up the show for the day. All right, Huba. With the extinguishing of our candle, our circle is now open, and we extend our eternal gratitude to the ancestors who joined us. Boom. All right, do a quick look. Oh, dear Lord. All right, boom, boom. No, this is the rapture of the furry overlord. Okay, so this is my daith piercing. I have the exact same ring in both ears. This one, I have my earbud in where I can hear him yelling at me. That's okay, James. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's finish wrapping up, and then we can... Yes, you may bless me, James. It's always appreciated. All right. Here we go. Now... Now, before we go for the day, please remember that this space exists solely because of our witchling community. There are no corporate sponsors here yet. I'm trying. Just some shared magic, mutual care, and a whole lot of love. So, do us all a favor. Do the whole like, share, subscribe thing, and ring the bell, so you know when we're doing this. Join the channel if you have the financial wherewithal to do so. And please, tell a friend about us here. All right, y'all. Now let's go out and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness. There is already enough darkness and hate out there. Please let each of us choose to be steady lights for those finding their way through that darkness. Make sure you tell your loved ones in all their forms, 2 legs, 4 legs, wings, fur, scales, paws, or claws, that they matter to you. Time moves so much faster than any of us realize, and those chances to say I love you are not guaranteed. Now, if you take one thing and one thing only away from everything I do here every day, please let it be that you always, always remember that you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and your purpose and reason for being here are real and genuine, even if you don't know what it is yet. I didn't find mine until I was 45. I love you guys to bits. You are the absolute best part of my day and the reason that I am here every day. I love you, I love you, I love you. Namaste, my witchlings. Trying to convince the furry overlord to come say hi. Do you want to come say hi? Okay. I'm getting this look. You said what, mother? So yes. Oh, so Skylar's about our age. A little younger. Well, actually, he's a little older than my oldest. That is weird to think. Okay, moving mousey. Oh, dear Lord, yeah, I'm at about 6. 5 or 6. Crashed late last night. Got up on time this morning. I have managed to convince myself every day that if I get up on time, get up, get the doggos out, take care of that, and then get ready for this, then I can go take a little bit of a nap and just kind of veg out until it's time to put my face on and finish getting ready. It works. All right, James says, does anybody have a favorite book? Oh my God, that would be like trying to pick my favorite child. Okay. I have a number of favorite authors who have series that I read because I so very much prefer having a series because I become attached to the characters in my books. They become like my friends. And having a one and done story about these people just doesn't feel right. And so I mostly read series. I will occasionally pick up a one-off by an author I really enjoy, or I will stumble across a one-off and that's how I discover an author. Hi, meet Patty Briggs, Patricia Briggs, and her Mercy Thompson and Alpha and Omega series. I first found her through her book, The Hobbs Mountain, or something like that. I know it's about the Hob. And I loved that book. And then I stumbled into her series, and I just absolutely fell in love with those. And then I found out she's from here in Washington. That was really cool. The Princess Bride is a good book. The Death of Bunny Monroe. I've heard of that one. But see, I also very much enjoy some of the books that I have read in my yoga journey. Such as I did actually enjoy the Bhagavad Gita. I want to read it again. And some of my self-help-ish books are on my favorites, but oh, I have so many books I love because I read so much. Hello, Michelle. Thank you very much. I'm just chugging through the coffee here. I am so not awake today. I was just reminded that on Valentine's Day it will mean that John Oliver is tomorrow. I have got to set up my ride to the hospital for the day before that. Ooh. Okay, so my opinion here, Skylar. As someone who is no longer Christian but has a bunch of crosses, both as necklaces and earrings. My incubator once told me, and I like this view of it. A cross is an emblem of your faith. If you wear it the same way you would any other piece of jewelry, it then no longer signifies your faith. It is simply an ornament. So, I personally do not feel it is appropriate for me as a non-Christian to wear a cross. Now, I will wear my pentacles, but again, those are an emblem of my faith. So, exactly. Thank you, Andrea. Yes, Matt Smith is one of my favorite doctors, and that's why I made the face I did when you said that Matt Smith is the lead in Death of Bunny Monroe. I want to see that then. He actually is a really good actor. Hey, gamer. You sure you don't want to come say hi, Kit Kat? Okay. You try convincing a cat to do something they don't want to do. Wouldn't you know it? You nailed that explanation. Oh, God, John. Old witch. Well, I've been practicing for about 30 years, so I guess that would make me old. Sorry, gamer. I call him Kit Kat all the time. Yeah, you should see the looks he's giving me, though. Ooh. That sounds interesting. Okay. Mitchie, wish me for your music colleague. Thanks, Jar Tufratu, so I can become a good Buddhist. My stomach's of Wendy just work. Purpose is always honesty. Okay. Oh, Skylar is saying my real name is Skylar. That is good to know. John is saying, wouldn't you know it? You nailed that explanation as far as my explanation of crosses. So I may despise the woman. I may hate everything she stood for the most part. But she did make some good points on a regular basis. She was intelligent. She was kind, compassionate, caring, and a wonderful person to everybody but me. I want the kitty to come say hi. You know, yes. You know, I always wanted to name a kid Andrea so I could nickname her Andy. Just me. But I didn't. I never. But all of my kids are named after people that mean something to me or meant something to me at one time. Which is, I think, the best part of their names. And then the Munchkin went and changed their name, but that's okay too. I'm glad we do, Skylar. Skylar says, you brighten my spirits, Andrea, and all of you. Yeah, well, see, Andrew was one of the names that I was going to use had I had more kids. Because I have an Andrew in my life that I absolutely adore. He is my older brother's, I guess, former best friend. And, so yes, I could have used his name, would have. And I have another friend who is also Andrew, so it would have worked. Ma'at. He spoke. Ma'at. Okay, you're looking at me like you know I have no idea what I'm saying. Fucking smartass. How many children do I have? Oh, Luthen, go ahead and tell us your good news while I answer James's question. I have 3 biological children. I have, my oldest is 27, my middle is 24, youngest is 22. I have 3 non-biologicals. They are not my stepkids, they are my former best friend's kids. The eldest is, let's see, if my eldest is 27, she is 26. Her sister is 25, then we have the Munchkin at 24, Spawn at 22, and then the youngest of the non-biologicals, 15, maybe 16. I can't remember exactly. They are not adopted. I refer to them as my non-biological children because they've called me Mama Di pretty much since they could talk. Because I was their mom's best friend. They grew up with me and my kids. Well, until they went back down south. Otherwise, yeah. Yeah, sister cousin person thing. When the Munchkin went and lived with them for a while and went to school with the girls, the school's like, so what's your relationship here? And they're like, sister cousin person thing, and it just stuck. Oh, that's cool, Andrea. Was it Roadworthy was finally taken away? Yay, that is kind of awesome. James was adopted. Okay. I have 0 issue with, legal adoption. Or even my kind of adoption where I just kind of, you're my kid now. So that's cool. Luthen got the card taken away. I love it when government actually does the right thing. Hello, Mr. Valentine. You have a very foxy profile picture there, my friend. Fuzzy pie. He's torturing me. He's sitting right where I can see him and just utterly ignoring me. I love cats. Yep, he is utterly ignoring me. He loves his mother. Oh, I gotta put my cards away. Is there an illegal adoption? No, it's not illegal adoption. It's the difference between actually legally adopting someone and just saying, I have now adopted you, you're mine. I have a bunch of those are the ones I refer to as my bonus kids. The ones that I go, okay, I'm adopting you, you're mine now. But no paperwork is filed. Is there illegal murder? All murder is illegal, but yeah. I love my dogs, don't get me wrong, but I have always been a cat person. I've told the story a couple of times recently, but my older brother was doing a video call with the man behind the curtain, and I snuck out into the room and sat down in the recliner behind the man behind the curtain, and Fuzzbutt hopped up in my lap. And my brother did not notice us. He was a little hyper-focused, and he said something, and I responded, And he's like, I can hear my sister. Where is she? So a man behind the curtain moved just enough that he could see me with the cat in my lap. And he's like, there she is. And the cat in her lap. That's no surprise. She's had a cat in her lap since she was a toddler. I mean, even my brother knows that I am a cat person over a dog person. Harming yourself is a bad thing. Very much agree with you there. And I have lived through some self-injury eras. There we go. Are we killing Roger? Depends on who Roger is. Oh, Roger is the one who asked if there is illegal murder. Red Room. So I have never watched or read Citizen Kane. Did not realize until recently when somebody said Red Rum backwards that I realized exactly what the whole thing behind Red Rum was. I cut the top of my finger off the other day chopping Brussels sprouts. Oh my God, that is so me. I wear rubber gloves when I'm doing some of the stuff in the kitchen when I'm working with the meat. And I take the scissors and I'm snipping the sliced beef, and I am so afraid that I'm going to catch the tip of my finger and therefore the glove and cut it into the meat. Wasn't that The Shining? No, The Shining is Stephen King. Citizen Kane is an Orson Welles movie, but I can't remember the rest of it. Yes, Rosebud, Red Rum, they kind of all merged together in my head. But yes, Red Rum is The Shining, I think, and Rosebud is the sled. Yes. The Stand. Okay. Thank you, guys. See, I am very, very, very much behind on a lot of pop culture, especially from the mid-70s up to about 92, 93, when I started dating my high school best friend. Other jerks. Jerks is a way of referring to not nice people without swearing. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Where is John? John, The Stand had Red Rum in it. Yes. I'm pretty sure it is The Stand, because the person that I finally figured out Red Rum from, the Stand is her favorite movie of all time. So, we don't use that word, James. That is a slur. But let's see, it's a cult. Yeah, I am very culturally stunted from my childhood. A, we were incredibly low income, and B, I was incredibly sheltered because the incubator did not really want me to do anything. Hazel, I forgot to respond to Hazel. Hazel wanted to watch The Indian in the Cupboard or Page Master. Either of those is good movies. Yes. Okay, so James. All right. I have responded to like 5 different comments in the chat and not specified what I'm responding to. Okay, James. A jerk is basically a not nice person. It's a very common word in young children because it's a wonderful insult without swearing. You're okay. Let's see. Yamikarasu says, yep. What is she saying yep to? Another Shining because he skinned and saw the message in a mirror. Okay, yep. That's what Danny sees on the wall. Yep. Why are the R word is the one that we are not using. I apologize. No, that one's fine. But the R word is an insult and a slur against those who are intellectually disabled. It's It was a very common slur hurled by young children. Yes, that one. Yep, that's okay, Andrea. They're not catching a whole lot of not good stuff. Yeah. You're okay, James. Hey, if you say something really, really out of pocket, I will call you out and we will know. Yes. Do you want to come say hi now? Come here. Do. Come here, you furry little demon. Come on. There you go. Come here. Do you want to hop or do you want me to pick you up? All right, come here. Come here. Get over here. I can't reach you. There we go. Watch your head. Coming up. We have a kitty cat. Oh, there we goes. Yeah, that's one that's a slur that I still get amused by. Hi, guys. Hi. Where's your good boy? Boom. There we go. Hi, Purple McFuzzbutt. Have a good one, Luthen. There we go. Oh, yeah. Hey, Dill, what's so weird about us? Well, we are weird, but, right? Not like we care, right, Fuzzy Butts? It is weird. Oh, yes. All right. Scrolling back. Oh, did you? I love it when the auto mods catch the cat's name. It's great. This is Fuzzy Butt. His full name is Chief Purball McFuzzbutt because he's my cat. I am a Navy veteran, and my cat had to outrank the dog whose name is Sergeant. So he got named Chief. But Fuzzbutt stuck. Far better than Chief did. We tried. We tried to call him Chief. It did not work. He is Mr. Fuzzy Butts. Yeah. And he is our opinionated but benevolent furry overlord. We love him to pieces. He is 10 years old. Can't believe you're already 10 years old, Kitty Cat Meow. Yeah. You are definitely one of the best things to come out of that house down there. You know that? He's my baby. As I said, I have always been a cat person. I'm assuming you're referring to the queer community as our group. Yeah. So, as knowledge has grown, the identities of those of us in our community have been added for inclusion's sake. And hence why we have gone from LGBT to LGBTQIA to S+, because, well, yes, queer does cover all of us, but there were some of us in the community who felt that the other identities deserved their own inclusion. All right, baby cats. Yep, Mom annoyed you too much. Well, the plus is there because of the fact that we know that we haven't quite acknowledged everybody in the community yet. And so it's just there to say, hey, we know there are more of us than all of these cover. So, Maps are evil. Although GPS direction voices can be even more so. Or highly entertaining. Oh, tell Ava we say hi. Let's see. I'm not queer, but I feel part of the community here. You are definitely a part of our community here, James. You are one of our, I jokingly say one of our token straights because most of us here are part of that community. And it is said with all of the love possible. I don't disagree with you there, babe. Human works. Yes. All right. Oh, maps, minor. Yes, we definitely hate maps. God, it took my brain a second to catch on to that one. Yes, we don't hate anybody. If we do, that would be the one of the few groups. But we do definitely agree that they really don't belong around children. However, and do not take this as me defending them at all. I don't hate, but I do despise. Slight difference. As far as maps, as long as they don't act on that, because I have to say it that way because of myself. I have some weird ass compulsive thoughts. And if I were to act on them, yes, I despise the fact that they act on it. That is where the problems come. That is where the trauma happens. That's where that went. I don't get the school system because when I was in school, the other students would accuse me of saying bad words. They would get me into trouble. That was me too, John. That's why it took me a second to figure out what we were referring to. As soon as I put two and two together, I figured it out. And I'm like, yeah, we don't like those. I try really hard to avoid saying I hate things. But Nazis, yeah. Maps. As a survivor of one, yeah. Yeah. But very little will push me to hate. Hey, Ro, how are you doing? How you feeling? Yeah, he figured it out, Yumi. Not showing that, but yes. Coffee. Yep. A number of us in here did too. Jay saying I had to go to the special needs base in school. Yeah, a lot of us in here had that for multiple reasons. Talking about SPED. We did change topics. You're just a little behind, babe. But yes, I was SPED, just I wasn't the lower end of the spectrum. I was at the gifted end of the spectrum. Which is a big part of why we never figured out I was on the autism spectrum. Because I was too smart to be autistic. Yes, how did your doctor appointment go, Ro? Yes. And that's the last we're going to talk on that one, John. But yes. All right. Oh, referrals are always good. Yay! Well, they're good as long as you can get people to act on them. Oh. Yeah. I gotta track down some of mine. They thought you had autism because of your intelligence. Yeah, well, you also... I think I'm on the ungifted end of the spectrum. You are not dumb. You are not stupid. You may be a little slow to catch on to things, but that's okay too. Excuse me, tookers. What do you mean by that? Tookers. Please, stop. Thank you. Oh my God, I could hear him licking, and that was all I could hear for a minute, and I'm just losing my shiz. All right. I like that. Do I judge people by how they look? First impression, be honest. No, actually, in all honesty, I probably do. But I rarely ever judge someone negatively based on their appearance. I may blanch a little bit at a specific feature, such as someone has a rather large nose. I might be like, okay, now that's a nose, or something like that. But more often than not, if I see someone who looks obviously punk or goth or a biker or even has the purple or blue hair, I am going to assume they're a pretty cool person because of my experiences with people in those communities. No. No. Not at all. I see. Okay. I am so happy to hear that, Ro. You see a homeless person and think, yep, they're homeless. Potentially, but that's not judging. That is going, okay, that's where they come from. I see it more in myself now. I have kids because I see it in them. Yup. Had a mirror. Oi. Oh, who is Miami telling to grow up, I wonder? Coffee. Very much so, Skylar, especially where you're from. Oh, thank you, Ro. Yeah. Our school systems have been fucked for the last 40 or so years. Heh, and the amusing part is that's what I grew up in. Say lovey. You do you, boo. Yes, and the fucking... They fucking teach to the tests. That is one of the things I hate. And that is one of the reasons I despise what we are doing with our testing and shit, or with our educational system, is we are more and more and more going to more and more standardized tests so they can, just teach to the test and not teach our kids how to think critically. Fuck, just watch Dead Poets Society. That will tell you everything. Oh God, I hate. What is tonight's bitch and witch about? Shit, we talked about it last night and I cannot remember. I have... Yeah, it's gonna be... I'm gonna touch on what's going on with ICE. I know I'm touching that. There is something else that we were... That's what it is. The e-files that came out. Have a good one, Nicole. Hugs and loves to everybody over there. Now I'm envisioning Muppet babies when they were in preschool. Yeah, Andrea, new math as in the fuck are they calling it? Oh, not gonna argue there, Michael. Ask John. What the fuck are they calling the math that the kids are doing today? The math that our kids went through. Common Core, that's what I'm looking for. Yes, Common Core is so fucking confusing to me. It's ridiculous. I can't do it. Oh no, that they do. It's when they get into the more advanced stuff, they start teaching it weird ways, and it's just, yes, Uncommon Core. And it's just frustrating. Amen. Hazel says math is evil. I don't necessarily disagree. As a parent, do you think I get much input? No, we don't. If you join the school board, maybe. If you join the PTA, maybe. But, hey, Michael, I am not doing too bad. Andrea, how are you doing? I think he's asking you, not me. My brain. Yep. Turn that off. Never heard of... Yeah, it's because you don't have kids right now. Yeah, you would have graduated... You would have graduated just before Common Core, and you don't have kids that are going through the school system, so that makes sense. Algebra is a weapon of math destruction. You are so not wrong, John. Yep. My school only bought textbooks from Texas and found sneaky ways to teach the Bible. That makes sense. Yes. Amen to that, Skylar. Give me just one quick moment. I need to take a quick bio break. I will be right back, y'all. I want that chair, you furry little monster. Ha ha. I shall take it. Diggle. Hey, Mimi. All right. You fuzzy boys. All right. There it is. Yes. I got you. I got you the furry boys. Hey, the fuzzy boys. All right. Because he was in my chair. He was in my chair. Hey, Dua. Yeah, I have been fighting with IBS for the last 6 months again. So, I know. Shush. Yeah. Hazel says, I heard they don't teach cursive or balancing a checkbook anymore. No, they don't on either of those. Or home ec. I know some schools that have home ec classes and shop classes. Personal finance is where you now learn to balance a checkbook, and that is now an elective course. But yeah, infinitesimals, they don't make them like they used to. But see, cursive is needed. Because while, yes, we don't necessarily write in cursive anymore, but look at the number of historical documents that kids will now not be able to read because they were written in cursive. I mean, how many kids here in the U.S. are not going to be able to read the founding documents, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence, because it's written in cursive? Thank you, Chocolate Heart. They came from Zenny. John, parallel lines have so much in common, it's a shame they'll never meet. Yeah. I have not looked to see if Torrid has a New Kids on the Block hoodie or sweatshirt this year. Oh, it's not that how many of them will be seeing it? Well, they are still on display. They actually, I believe, were displaying the entirety of the Constitution at the museum in Philadelphia, I think it was. Thank you, John. Yeah, see, I agree, Ro. A lot of us who learned cursive don't think about this. I would not have thought about it until my kids... John! I would not have thought about it until my kids told me they couldn't read my handwriting because I write in a mishmash of print and cursive. And my kids couldn't read the cursive parts. So I'm like, and then I was online and I was reading a discussion about the fact that kids are not taught cursive anymore. And someone else pointed out all of these historical documents that are all written in cursive, but requiring them to... But they might. No, they stopped teaching. Well, they stopped teaching cursive sometime between me going through elementary school and my youngest going to elementary school. My oldest and middle learned cursive. My youngest did not. Handwriting is no longer... Print handwriting is barely taught. And I don't... I watch my youngest sign their name to stuff, and it is a horrible signature. So because it's print but connected like cursive would be, it's jacked up. And he knows I say this, so but I don't necessarily disagree with that, Yumi, but we still need to teach kids at least how to sign their names. Because while yes, digital signatures are becoming more and more common, and yes, we can use things like our thumbprints to, or other methods like that as a signature, but I don't know. Exactly, Chocolate. We're like, it was perfectly normal, and then for some reason they decided no. Just like I did not learn typing skills as a kid going through school. Oh, that is awesome, Mimi. But my kids, Germany, I did catch that when they popped in. Andrea asked where the chocolate is from, but I did not learn keyboarding. It was an optional class when I was in high school. My kids, the oldest of whom graduated in 2016, the youngest in 21, they learned keyboarding as part of their elementary education. And it goes to show how much schools have moved to digital. I mean, hell, all three of my kids, by the time they graduated high school, one of the school supplies they needed every year was at least one flash drive USB stick. Okay, Skylar, bio break for Skylar. It's that time. Oh, even when I was in school, we didn't handwrite our essays. Most of our essays were typed. I guess backspace 50 words per minute. Yeah, it's weird. Yes, John is one of the eldest members of our Witchling community. Learn to write the correct way. I don't disagree. Yes. See, Roro, that's the you being that much younger than me. You learned it. I was in elementary school. Let's see, I was in first grade in 84. Graduated in 95. If you're doing the math, yes, I skipped A grade. I did not learn any of the computer shit. But here's Roro saying she learned keyboarding and computer science in kindergarten. She's only around about 10 years younger than me. And she grew up in the South too, which go get some sleep, Chocolate. Have a good night, friend. What's next? Office supplies won't consist of pencils, pens, notebooks, or highlighters. Yeah, you're right. Oh, reading a map? No. Oh, God. No. Nobody in school learns how to read a map anymore. The Boy Scouts barely teach map reading skills. And yes, Hazel is saying, what's next? Office supplies won't consist of pencils, pens, notebooks, or highlighters. Oh, notebooks, yes. But not the paper notebooks. It's going to be a notebook computer. Yep. ICQ is the reason I know how to touch type. I was chatting every night with my high school sweetheart about escaping an abusive relationship, and talking to him, I started learning to touch type. And at some point during that time period, I decided that I really wanted to get better at touch typing. So I had this awesome method of learning how to touch type. At least awesome to me. Back when computers had their own built-in cup holders, I would pop a CD in with music that I knew well, pick a song or two that I knew I could sing without thinking. Because if I can sing it, that means I know the words that are coming, and I would do my damnedest to type the lyrics and keep up with the song as it sings. Which is why I can take dictation, and my typing skills are exceptional. Both of these skills worked wonders for me when I did a stint as Sprint Wireless customer service. So yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't help that one. I know so many people who actually thought the CD-ROM was a fucking cup holder. So, will it flush? Will it blend? Anyway. Ooh, my teeth really look bad today. I'll be fixing that tonight. Anyways. We had real save icons. Somebody 3D printed the save icon. Yep. And the number, and I mean, it now it's the save icon. But it used to be floppy disks that people didn't understand why they were called floppy disks. Or the... Oh, Hazel says, or the paperclip assistant guy in Word. Hazel, you have got to go look up Jon Stewart and Clippy last night. Oh my goddess. It's political, but it's not. No, actually, Hazel does not want to go look that up now that I think about what it was about. But oh my god, it was... I booked 3 appointments, went to cash the check, went to Walmart, went to PetSmart, had an assessment, and been up since 4 a.m. dealing with cat and dog wrestling. Whew. Yes, you have had a really productive day. Go, Mimi. Yay! We are so happy and so proud of you. Roro, I'm a tech history buff and I used to play old games on giant floppy disk. Yeah. Yes, Mimi is doing awesome today. I watched a person fold a 5. Oh, Jiminy Cheese Whiz. My uncle would be cringing so hard right now. Hoy. So my uncle, I absolutely love this man. He has done R&D in the tech world. He worked R&D for at least Boeing, if not Boeing and Motorola, or maybe the other way around. I know he worked for both companies. So yeah. My uncle is so amazing. There was a text-based game for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy way the fuck back in the mid-80s. Maybe early 90s. That he wrote and distributed. It was an amazing game. Shout out to Moto Razr fans. Oh, I loved my Moto Razr. I had the pink Razr and the pink Bluetooth that went with it. Yes. Yes. DVD rewinder. That term gives me secondhand embarrassment. Yes. Mimi's had a productive day. Yes. And I still have to do something for dinner tonight. Is shower night. Yes. Had the black Razr in high school. So my Munchkin's first phone was my hand-me-down pink Razr. I had upgraded to a smartphone. And the Munchkin needed a phone to speak to their father on. And my adopted sister, who was on my phone plan, moved. So, showers are like running a marathon. Fucking men. So, my sister moved and didn't take the phone with her. And the Munchkin needed a phone to talk to their father on. And I'm like, hand me down Moto Razr that's pink, that the child at the time loved. And then phone number that Auntie didn't take with her. Guess what, Munchkin? You get your own phone now to talk to your father on. And that's what pissed the incubator off and made her give the boys phones. But that's neither here nor there. Mimi would have graduated in 01. That makes sense. 222. So yeah, that's, yeah. I know. I am so pissed off about that still. John has a confession. So what I am still pissed off about, my oldest child got detention for the very first time. Detention. I don't remember what he did. It was something like he mouthed off to the teacher. No, it was not. He was not violent. I believe it was the spelling thing incident, which we all laughed over. Anyway, so he had detention for the very first time, came home from detention, and my incubator and my dad scooped him up and said he's coming with us as we go out to dinner. I'm like, okay, whatever. So they take him and they come back that night, and the little fucker has a smartphone that's his. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I got pissed because what the fuck? You had detention and now you're coming home with a brand new phone? The fuck is this? And I got told, oh, you're just jealous because I have a smartphone and you don't. Excuse me? So is that's what Grammy told you? Yeah. Alrighty then. Yeah. She didn't like my reaction after that. And yes, so why did 9/11 change the world? Just curious. Because America realized that we were not as infallible as we thought. And the thought that, oh, it can't happen. It can't happen here. We're too protected for that. Blah blah blah. No, we actually weren't. And that was the beginning of a lot of sweeping change. That honestly, in some ways, went too far. I understand the reason behind it all, but some of it was an overreaction, which is why some of it is now finally being rolled back. Refer back to taking your shoes off to go through the metal detector at the airport. So I had the CBT session today, and as last time, she asked us how we feel. So I said, I feel like a deck of cards. She said she would deal with me later. Oh, dear God. Oh, trust me, Mimi, I wanted to. That phone would have been broken. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I wanted to. Skylar says, I support homeschooling because it gives you more knowledge. It has the potential to give you more knowledge, because unfortunately, so many homeschooled kids are far, far behind their peers in a lot of ways. History, science, current events, geopolitical stuff. A lot of that they are not up to date on and not accurate on, because homeschooling is not as regulated. What are my thoughts on homeschooling? I actually wanted to homeschool. The unschooling? Yeah, Angela. So yes. So what the man behind the curtain is saying in my ear is he wants to learn more about what Park Rose Permaculture, one of the YouTubers we follow, is doing. She does something more along the lines of unschooling. Her kids still have to pass the standardized tests for the school district they live in, but they don't necessarily have to. The methods are different. She is not locked into one method of teaching. She does, and she is awesome, and that is what I wanted to do with my kids. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Hey, Mike. I love homeschooling because it gives you more freedom and flexibility. Yes. And see, one of the reasons I wanted to homeschool and unschool, actually, Park Rose Permaculture is in Portland. Now, whether she moved to Portland from Missouri or not, I'm not sure, but I know the area because she's from my part of Portland. Okay, that makes sense. Now, homeschooling giving you more freedom and flexibility. I actually wanted to homeschool my kids. For one of the main reasons that a lot of kids are homeschooled. I actually wanted my kids to be able to learn more about our religious path and how it affects literally every aspect of my life. But I still wanted my kids to learn proper scientific method and that kind of stuff. I wanted to unschool them. I wanted to teach them things like science by going to Pacific Science Center, and I wanted them to learn history by going to museums. Yeah, the way we learned as young kids. When field trips were educational and fun, and we didn't realize we were learning because we were playing, you know? And my kids are so fucking smart. That is not me being a mom and saying, my kids are smart. No, this is me looking at the fact that I have the IQ I do, and their dads have the IQs they do. The kids are not dumb. No, homeschooling is so not bad. It's not a binary, Skylar. It's not all things are good or bad. There is gray. And you have some homeschooling parents who are shit. They should not be trying to teach their kids anything. The only reason they're homeschooling their kids is because they don't want their kids to be exposed to quote unquote liberal ideas, such as, scientific fact. And they want to teach their kids a more biblically aligned education, which is all fine and good as long as those kids are being taught current facts, if that makes sense. I know a lot of biblical scholars who don't follow science, but homeschooling has amazing potential because you take a kid like, say, my oldest, who is brilliant but dumb at the same time. Had I homeschooled him, I would have allowed him to explore because of his autism, his special interests. And I would have let him deep dive into those as much as he wanted, and I would have used those special interests to help him learn his other subjects. It has some great potential because as a homeschooling parent, you can take, say, my obsession with music as a kid and my love of science and tie those two together, because there are ways to do it. And science and music, science, to have fun with that. There's all sorts of historical shit you can learn via science. And music teaches math, it teaches teamwork, it teaches, you can use it to teach history because, take your music and the fact that a lot of music and historical art is biblical fanfic, just saying. So, let's see, They want to homeschool because many schools can't seem to stick to the curriculum. See, that's where you're wrong. They do stick to the curriculum until parents stick their nose in and say, I don't like that book. I don't want my kid learning that book. I don't want my kid learning about that. I don't want my kid learning this. So what the fuck are we supposed to teach your kid? If you don't want them to learn the accurate history of our country and our world, or you don't want them to read literature that has themes that don't necessarily mesh with your personal beliefs, then why are they in school? Schools don't teach political ideology. Schools teach fact. Yes, homeschooling allows you to tailor to your child's learning and their learning style. Oh, Andrea, I'm so sorry. Yes, Skylar saying, I think homeschooling is a good thing because you don't get bullied in public or private school. The only drawback there is, yes, there are some great socialization programs out there for homeschooled kids. But the parents have to actually put their kids into those programs. And one of the biggest drawbacks to homeschooling is the social isolation. Yeah, Missouri, Texas don't necessarily teach fact. You are correct there. I have never seen a teacher push their ideology in the classroom. But I think what that person is sorry if my music puns were a bit sharp. Just John, remind me to share the meme that I have that I stole from my band director. It's great. Yes, that makes sense. All of which are factual. I just and oh my god, the fact that there are school districts that will not let you teach gender studies and sexuality, etc., just drives me insane. Just saying. Because these are things that are factual. And the argument is always, well, it's a newfangled idea. No, ma'am. No, sir. Transgender people have existed for the entirety of humanity. Or queer people are just, are a new thing. Blah, blah. And I'm like, no, they've always existed. Does homeschooling make you dumb? No. It does not make you dumb. Can it mean you are not completely educated? Yes, but that's not your fault. It does not make you dumb. Now, one of the wonderful things about homeschooling is when you realize that your education did not cover certain things, and maybe later in life you're curious about it, we have this wonderful thing that every single one of you is adept with. We have the internet where we can learn all sorts of stuff. I mean, damn. One of my favorite things to do when I have time, which hasn't been much recently, I love Wikipedia. And the fact that Wikipedia demands citation, I'll get lost in a fucking rabbit hole on Wikipedia just reading about shit. And I will follow the links that Wikipedia requires you to have, your citations. I'll follow those links and learn more. I used to love scrolling through the Smithsonian's website. Now it's not as trustworthy as it used to be. Why is February Black History Month? Probably for the same reason that we have different awareness and history months every month. They just decided to give African Americans the shortest month of the year. I think part of the reason February is Black History Month has something to do with Lincoln's birthday. I could be wrong there. That is a very good Google question, though. But that's something. Thank you. Notebook. Come here. Holy shit, I was right. So it was Lincoln and Frederick Douglass's birthdays this month that are the reason that February is Black History Month. Doo-doom. All right. Start. Oh, it became Black History Month started becoming a thing before I was born. Cool. Excuse me. Start acknowledging, various month long observances such as observances such as Black History Month, autism awareness, etc. Because there's a month of the military child as well. Okay, sorry about that. I liked what Morgan Freeman said about Black History Month. Black History Month is an insult. You're going to relegate my history to a month. Yes. Yes. Amen to that, Roro. We honor our brothers and sisters and the history they helped this country shape. Yes. Ruby Garcia. That one sounds interesting. I have been following a kindergarten teacher. Do not ask me his name off the top of my head. I did not originally realize that he was a kindergarten teacher because he popped up in my feed because he is queer. And he is so much fun to follow. Listening to him talk about some of the parents he encounters between him and Gregisms. I have no idea. The name rings a bell. All history should be taught, but these months give us recognition just Pride Month. Yes. All schools should learn about Stonewall. Yes. Stonewall, honestly, in my opinion, should be included in the civil rights discussions because most schools cover the civil rights battle. And part of the civil rights battle, right on the tail end of that, was Stonewall. And if we're going to talk about the civil rights, okay. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, we need to start that discussion with the 19th Amendment. Because that's really where the civil rights movement started, with the 19th Amendment. Then we talk about the civil rights era and desegregation. And then at the tail end of desegregation and all of that shit came Stonewall, which started the next civil rights movement, which was ours. Hope my thoughts didn't offend anyone. I get annoyed about Pride Week, not because it exists, but I support that. But people treat others decently for a week and then do the opposite for the rest of the time. Yes! I agree with you, John. And it's Pride Month, but yes. The Black Panthers choose to stand up for all oppressed people, even the trans community. Yes. That was actually something my co-founder of my political burnout support group and I were talking about last night. I got a quick click in that. About the fact that we are both ecstatic to see the Panthers showing up in the Twin Cities, etc., etc. The Black Panther. Okay. Hey, Nacho. I'm going to find out real quick. Interesting. I have cat fur all over. Whoops. Boop, 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 boop. Interesting. Nope. Oh, wait. Doop. Oh, Skylar, my friend, Abraham Lincoln was not even alive when the Declaration of Independence was signed. I believe what you're referring to is the Emancipation Proclamation. Oh, wow, that one. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, shit. Okay. Boom. Pa pa pa. Ah. I may have found what they're talking about. I'll show you later. Okay. 4130. Okay. No. It's a law school. And hopefully she doesn't plan on splitting the deck. Oh, prisons are just modern day plantations. I agree. Yep. Which is why we are being encouraged to refer to those people that require us to need some cute winter boots. We are referring to them as slave catchers instead of German. People think that freedom isn't free, and yes, it is. We have free. Oh, honey, freedom is not free. The freedom we have in this country today was paid for by my brothers and sisters in arms and our military fighting things like World War II and fascism to keep us a free democracy. But yes, our freedom has been fought for from day one by our military men and women who have given blood, sweat, tears, and up to, the ultimate. And then we also have those civilians, such as those women who fought for women's suffrage when the 19th Amendment was being fought for, our civil rights movement leaders, such as MLK Jr. and Malcolm X, who fought for the civil rights and desegregation. And we have the leaders of the queer movement and the LGBTQ movement that started with Stonewall, such as Marsha P. Johnson, and I can never remember the Hispanic lady's name. I want to say her last name was Garcia. We have them to thank for the freedoms that we have today, and that is one of the reasons I'm getting political for any of you who want to tune out for a minute. And that is why we are so frustrated by the current administration rolling back some of those freedoms. Such as Roe v. Wade, abortion itself should be between a woman and her doctor and possibly even the father of the baby, if he even gives a flying fuck. They are trying to repeal the 19th Amendment, which will take away my right to vote. That pisses me the fuck off because I fought for this damn country. I should have a right to say what happens to it. They are trying to remove so many things, so many freedoms that we have taken for granted for so many years. And it's incredibly frustrating. Because of the fact we know, especially those of us who have worn the uniform, we know our freedoms are not free. Hello. Oh, that's fantabulous. Holy shit, it's almost 60 degrees outside? Da fluff? Yes, they're going to try to take away Ro's right to own a gun because of the fact she's not cis-het. They want to take my right to own a gun from me because some of the mental health issues I deal with. Yeah, no. Unless you are the Benjamin that I went to high school with, I am not saying your name. Yup. It's all good, Andrea. See, that's something else. Yep, we are. Oh, it is that time. Okay. So, Andrea, You're fine. You just exemplified one of the comments that I have said. Our school system is not teaching history these days. And it's incredibly frustrating. Okay, freedom isn't free. It requires a continuous payment of sacrifice and civic duty to maintain. You enjoy rights today only because others paid the, quote, invoice with their lives, while you contribute the, quote, maintenance fee by following laws and accepting the heavy burden of personal responsibility. And then Roro says, no freedom till we are all free. Yes, 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 a million fucking times, yes. And on that note, my darlings, my dears, my beloved witchlings, it is time for us to wrap up for good this afternoon. Remember, we have Bitch and Witch this evening. I'm still not 100% sure what we're talking about, but it will include the e-files. And now, my lovelies, my loves, my darlings, my witchlings, before we go for the day, please remember that this space exists solely because of our witchling. Whoops. Before we go for the afternoon, please kindly remember that this space exists solely because of this witchling community. There are no corporate sponsors yet, just some shared magic, mutual care, and a whole lot of love. So please do us all the favor of doing the like, share, subscribe thing. Ring the bell so you know when we're posting and going live. Join our channel as a witchling member if you have the financial ability to do so. And most of all, tell a friend about us here. Share the love, please. And now, my darlings, let's go out there and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness. There is already enough darkness and hate in this world. Let each of us choose to be steady lights of hope and love for those finding their way through that darkness. Tell your loved ones in all their forms, 2 legs, 4 legs, wings, fur, scales, paws, claws, human or animal, that you love them very, very much. Time moves so much faster than any of us realize, and those chances to say I love you are not guaranteed. Now, if you take one thing and one thing only away from everything I do here every day, please, please let it be that you always remember you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and your purpose and reason for existing are very much real, even if you haven't figured out what it is yet. It took me 45 years to find mine. I love you guys so very much. You are the absolute best part of my day and the reason I am still here. I very much love you guys. Have a fantabulous rest of your day or night, whatever time it is for you. I love you guys to bits. Namaste, witchlings.